Copyright tradition.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are talking about something that we kind of grew up with. We grew up going to. We grew up
Forced to do.
Yard sales.
Intro.
Renderforce.com.
And we're back. So, today we are talking about yard sales. Things we were forced to do as kids.
Southern staple, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yard
it's a
sales?
southern staple. We literally...
Every grandma heading down everywhere she goes, I saw a yard sale.
Yeah.
They all flock.
Yeah.
And pick that thing clean, too.
Yeah.
They will find a yard sale like vultures will find a dead animal, and they will pick that sucker clean. Because, and I ain't saying no names, but somebody told me if you don't show up before 12 o'clock, all the good stuff's
gone.
All the good stuff's already gone.
Yeah.
It's that group of grannies. They go around, and when they find them, they pick everything clean. Then when you show up at 12:30, all this junk.
That's all it is.
It's all this junk.
It's such a huge staple for the South that we literally have a 100-mile long yard sale.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody comes out once a year and sets up down the highway, and it just goes forever. There's no point in...
Did you imagine the group of grannies from the first year that happened? Two of them had stroke.
They were like, oh, no, this is heaven. Yeah, man, for real. But, so, Nick, what are some memories you have about yard sales?
Yard sales. Man, where do I start?
Yard sale, baby.
We'll go back.
Lard sale.
Nana was big on having yard sales. Nana was all about the yard sale, and Nana can sell. Mm-hmm. Dude, Nana sets up a yard sale, dude. She used to, back in the day, she'd be like, she had all this stuff from when she was doing lockers. She'd be like, God, just get rid of it, go have a yard sale or something. And I always wanted her to come with me because dude, I don't understand. Like, if I'm out there, we make like $20. Nana's out there, we make like $200.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is. Something about the way she talks to him.
I don't get it.
I don't know. There's an art to it.
There is.
There's an art to it. But man, memories for me back in the day, just setting up. I remember Nana would, she'd get a bunch of her stuff, and then I'd go, she'd be like, get some of your stuff, you don't need all that. And I'd go in there and get some of my stuff, and I'd put of course, at first I didn't want to do it, but then when stuff starts selling, you start seeing dollars, you're like,
money.
Everything has a price tag on it after that. Everything. You won't put the kitchen sink out there with a price on it. So yeah, that's just me growing up a little bit, but we did a lot of yard sales a few years ago. Me and my brother and a dude or two from the history club, we used to go down to the tax office in Lafayette, and we'd set up down there. And dude, it's funny, sometimes we did good, but last time we did it, the second last time we did it, we set everything up, and everybody kept coming out, and nobody kept buying, and I was like, why is nobody buying anything?
Right, yeah, nothing.
And so we dropped it all down to $1. And we're like, everything's $1. And people would pull in, see the sign, turn around. I said, what is going on? And then I put two and two together. You have three young dudes, a windowless white van, a sign written in Sharpie with a bunch of really nice things saying everything's $1.
It's a little creepy.
The first thing you think of, they done stole this.
Yeah.
They done took that man's stuff. This is somebody's stuff.
Yeah,
I'm shocked we get the cops called on us.
Possibly that could have been what they were thinking.
That's one of my memories. The only other real good one I got is we tried to have a yard sale one time, and it came like a downpour, and the whole time it was raining. So we had like these tents and stuff because there was a chance of rain, but you get that money, you get that drive, get that hustle. Yeah. So we put all the tents and stuff up, but it's sort of like caving in. So we're soaking wet, trying to like save everything we can, and we had a thing of VHSs that got completely wet. I didn't know if they worked or not. We were trying to sell them for $2. But then we marked them down to $1 because they did get a little rained on, so you get a 50-50 chance whether they work or not, so they're half price right now.
Kids, if you don't know what a VHS is, it's kind of like a DVD or a Blu-ray, but it's this big giant box that has film inside of it that the movie's on, and you put it in a VCR player, and it would wind this way and play the movie on the television, and then you had to rewind it. I remember when Blockbuster was actually
Be kind, please rewind.
Be kind, please rewind. And they would actually charge you 25 cents if you didn't rewind the movie before bringing it back.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy. But so that way, the person that gets it can just pop it in and watch it. They don't have to rewind it.
See, I never actually really, with Blockbuster and stuff. That's for another day, man. We're on yard sales.
Yeah.
So Tanner, what's your memory of yard sales? Every Southern, if you grew up in the South, you've got a memory.
You have a memory of yard sales. I have a few memories. First off, I'm gonna go off the granny thing that you said. My grandmother.
Uh-oh.
I could go to a yard sale and be like, "Hey man, how much for that?" And it'd be like one thing, or like there'd be like a box of Hot Wheels or something.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Man, how much is this Hot Wheel?" And he's like, $2 a Hot Wheel. And I'm like, "Man, you got a box of 100 of them. You're gonna make $200 off this thing." My grandmother will walk over and be like, "I'll give you $25 for the whole box," and he'll be like, "Yep, sounds good." It does not make sense to me.
Oh man,
dude, it's insane. And like she'll be like, I'll be sitting in the car being like, "What? There wasn't nothing there that I really wanted," and she'd be like walking over with bags and put them in the back of the car and be like, "I'm going back."
She spent $20.
And she goes back.
Whole trip
and buys more, and she spent $5 to buy everything.
I've seen them like that.
Bought the dude's whole yard sale for $5, and I'm like, "How, Granny? How do you do this?"
That's pretty incredible.
It does not make sense to me. We had tons of yard sales growing up as a child, and I always had to work them, sell my toys. I do remember, like, I sold a lot of like my Pokemon and like I sold a lot of my Pokemon stuff and my Power Ranger stuff when I was a kid, and like looking back now,
worth fortune now.
Well, just looking back now, and not even to sell it now, but I would love to have those things now and be like, man, if I still had those, like my little Pokemon yellow and green and blue and red, like I would love to have. Like I'm looking to buy those now, and they're like $25 a piece.
Yeah, it's expensive.
A pop.
They don't make them no more.
Exactly. So,
which is a good point for why yard sales are good. You can get some things for cheap that they don't make anymore.
I am 100. If I see a yard sale, maybe I'm getting up there in age. If I see a yard sale, I pull over. I don't care where we're going.
My God, it's hidden. It hit him young.
I pull in and I look. I get out. I walk around and I'm like, Which this yard sales can go kind of like you were saying at the beginning, back to side hustle.
Yeah.
I will go to a yard sale and buy something for $25 and
turn around, resell
flip that for $20. Man, I've bought so many like North Face jackets.
Because some people
and stuff.
they don't know what it's worth, so they throw it out there and they don't give a crap.
Or they just want it gone.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, they just want it gone.
I just been in the way. I just want it gone, man. Just take it off.
Craftsman tools. Oh God, you can get Craftsman tools that are like well, it's broken. I'll take a dime for it, and I'm like, Craftsman has a lifetime warranty. Take it up there, exchange it for a brand new one. Like, yeah, man, you can get some fantastic things at yard sales. But with that being said, there are some people out there that will not go to yard sales.
Really?
They will not. Okay, whenever I say yard sales...
I ain't met people like that. People
well,
won't
see,
go to yard sales.
Even when I'm saying yard sales, I'm throwing like Goodwill into that as well, because that's almost like going to a yard sale.
In a way.
You're getting it at a much greater discount.
Yeah.
And I know people that will not buy clothes from a yard sale. They will not buy clothes from Goodwill. And I'm like, man, you're crazy. Like, do you know how many great things I've gotten from yard sales? Man. And now, yard sales are kind of evolving.
Well, here's the one thing I was going to bring up to you. What about eBay?
Right.
eBay is like an online yard sale, but in a way it's hurt the yard sale because people are now like, I don't want to stand outside and how much this thing going for on eBay? I'll put it up there.
I'll put it up there.
Now, and then they realize that like their Craftsman tools or whatever, or that Pokemon Yellow that they've kept, they thought was worth $25. Now we're $25. And now they got it up for $25, and then Tanner lost his deal. So in a way, eBay's great because it's like a huge online.
I love eBay.
But at the same time, me too, dude. It's on my phone. But at the same time, it's also bad because
for the yard sale.
Because like the hardcore, the granny gang, as I like to call them, they're hurting because they lost a bunch of their deals and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's going to eBay. And some people like and some, not our generation, a few generations before us, they actually like the interaction. They want to pull over and
going
talk.
and talking to people.
Meet somebody new, something like that. And our generation hates that.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because my wife read this to me. It was online. It said that elderly people will wait in line to have a cashier check them out So they don't have to deal with the machine, whereas a millennial will go to the machine and wait in line, so they don't have to interact with people.
Yeah,
and that is so true.
It is,
and that is so true. And that's one thing in regards to yard sale. Older people would rather go to the person's house and talk to them and wheel and deal that way. Where millennials are more quick just to go to eBay and find it and pay it.
Well, honestly, anytime I'm like, man, I really want this. The first place I go to is eBay. I don't look at the brand new price. I base the price of what this is going to cost off the eBay price. And then I will leave eBay and immediately go to Facebook Marketplace. And it's an online yard sale. That's how I was saying that like the yard sale is evolving and it's all online. So you don't have to go around to this yard sale and be like, well, I wonder if they have this. I'm really looking for this. You literally just be like Facebook Marketplace and Pokemon Yellow. Look at that, $10. Like,
it's incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's so good. So the majority of things that I've bought over the past year has been from eBay, Amazon. Or Facebook Messenger. Nice. Like, I'll get on there and I've bought so many cameras off Facebook.
Really?
Off Facebook alone, where people are like, man, I've got this camera, I don't know if it works, and I'm like, $20.
$20.
Yeah, and I'll go buy it.
Give me that for that
Meet
20.
the person. Always be careful. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
That's yard sales are one thing, but people meeting up.
Right.
Dude, that can be dangerous because back when I worked for, I don't know if I'm allowed to say name of company, I don't know if I'm allowed to say location. When I was working, I was out in the parking lot and two people met up to buy a cell phone.
Right.
And all I know is when I'm walking towards the building, I hear a tire screech, and the dude's on the hood of this other guy's car, and he slams, and this dude goes probably 30 feet and slides across the concrete. And then the dude drives off, and then this red truck comes flying across the parking lot, almost like right on the dude's bumper, and they both take off. I have no idea what's going on. I go in and tell my boss about it. Dude, 35 seconds later, 3 patrol cars pull up.
They stole that phone.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The dude went up and was like, here, you gonna buy the phone? The guy was like, and drove off, and his buddy was in the red truck and screeched across the parking lot after it, and the dude had to get an ambulance. So it is, I tell you that story.
For a phone!
Some people don't care, dude. Some people are desperate. Some people do anything.
Well, okay.
So what I'm saying is I tell you that story, so if you have a yard sale and you put really nice items out, or if you're doing these little meet and swap things from like Facebook, like you were saying, you have to be careful, because I personally witnessed somebody who he had to go to the hospital over a $50 cell phone because some dude was going to drive off and he didn't even want it. He said, I was going to get out of the way of the car, but the dude floored and tried to run me over for my phone. Yeah. He took it was like an iPhone 6 at the time when the 8 had just come out. And I was standing in front of the car, he got in his car and was going to check his wallet and floored it and tried to run the dude over, but he jumped up on the hood and got slung off.
Man, he got lucky.
Yeah, so I mean, think about that. So I share that story with everybody. So just a tip from Nervous Nick, just be careful when you're doing these things. 'Cause I've seen it go bad. It's not like, well, that won't happen to me. Well, that only happens to some people. No, it happens. It happens a lot. I bet it actually happens more often than not.
And another thing with like online yard sales now, you're meeting up with this person for more than likely it's going to end in 10 minutes. So that is a good thing about going to a yard sale. You can ask questions and things like that. More than like it's an awkward situation where you're meeting up with this person you don't know. And it's not like you're right here at their house. You know where they live. Like, they fuck you over. This is your house. You're fucking me over in your yard.
I'm writing down your address.
Exactly.
Where you live.
But, like, online, like, I was sold an Apple Watch. I went, met this kid, bought it from him. And he was like, oh, yeah, it works fine. It was on and everything. Like, I was using it. It was like, cool. Whenever I went to go reset it to where I could use it myself, it was reported stolen. So it's completely not him, the guy he stole it from.
Oh my God.
It completely locked down, wouldn't let me do anything because it was a stolen Apple Watch that I bought from a guy. Dude, I bought it from him and he was saying it was his.
Yeah. Like, how do you know?
Exactly.
How do you know? You have no idea.
Yep.
Whatever happened with that? Did you give it?
No, I can't even turn it on. Like whenever I turn it on, it has like this thing that's like it won't let me do anything. So I was like, okay. So I ended up the same week meeting up with a different guy to buy an Apple Watch, and I'm like, I spent $100 on this watch that's gonna basically throw away.
Yeah.
And then this watch I'm buying from this guy, and I was like, oh no, we're gonna sit here until I make sure it's hooked up to my phone.
There you go.
And it's complete. Like, so
Yeah.
I made sure, and I was good on that deal. And that dude was like, you're an idiot for like not. And I was like, well, that was the first time I ever bought an Apple Watch.
It's trial
like,
and run.
Yeah, I didn't know. But so going to yard sales, not dangerous. Buying from like Facebook Messenger
Can be dangerous.
I never buy from Craigslist. Craigslist is one of those apps that I have on my phone.
There was actually a Craigslist killer.
There was, yeah. Craigslist is one of those things I have on my phone, and I honestly never open it, so I don't even know why I have it. But I'm just like, it's there if I need it.
Yeah.
But even if, like, I've opened it, like, years ago and looked for things that I wanted, and it was always, like, either full price, way too far away, or, like, in horrible condition. So I never use Craigslist.
Well, right now we're going to take a quick break, and we're back.
But yeah, dude, I love yard sales.
Yeah.
Absolutely love them. And honestly, I don't know if they have them in the northern states.
I'm sure they do.
I mean, surely they do.
I guess not when it's cold, but
If you're from the northern states, please comment down below and let us know, because I've never been up north long enough to see them. So I honestly do not know if you guys have yard sales. Or if y'all are like, what the fuck's a yard sale? Like,
how do they say it again? What was that?
what the fuck's a yard sale?
What's the matter with you sitting up in your yard?
So I honestly don't know, but it's kind of a staple here in the South for people to have yard sales all the time. And it's kind of irresponsible when you think about it.
What was it?
People are like, man, I gotta have this lava lamp. It's like $50. I gotta have it. So they buy it and they're like, I'm gonna set it on my shelf. And then a month later, they're like, dude, I need to pay the light bill.
Yep.
I'm gonna sell this lava lamp for $10. Like,
well, yeah, but I mean, you get to pay your light bill, and someone else gets a lamp they want
for $10 when you spent $50. That's why I don't spend money. I don't like spending money. But okay, so I don't go to yard sales looking for necessarily, unless it's just something I've always wanted and it's a good price. More than likely, I'm going to a yard sale to look for things at cheaper prices that I can flip on eBay or Facebook and make money. That's my whole reason for going, because there's some crazy stuff. I've been to a few yard sales where they had like all these tools, and I'm looking at them like, these are very, very expensive tools. And I'm like, how much? And I know this is bad, but the lady I was like, how much for everything? And she was like, $200 for everything. And I was like, the one saw right there is worth $200. That over there is worth $300. But no. And she was like, my husband said to get rid of some of his tools, so I was like, here's $200. And I packed it all up at the moment.
A red flag went off in her head when you were quick to make that deal.
The moment I was loading it into the car, she called her husband and was standing there helping me load it up and was like, hey, honey, oh, yeah, I sold those tools that you were wanting. He was like, good, so just those wrenches should be gone. I don't use them. She had him on speakerphone. She was like, oh, no, honey, I sold all of your tools. And he was like, what? How much did you get? And she was like, $200. I sold everything for $200. And he was like, some of those tools are worth $400 and $500. I'm talking, I got like 5 nail guns that were like, it was, I felt bad.
I'm about to say, dude,
I felt bad.
I could have done that.
And that dude was livid at his wife. Because he said to take a wrench set out and sell them. Not his saw and all these other tools.
Yeah. Dude, dang, that's...
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But as he was saying that, I was like, oh, man, I feel like crap, but like I don't know what to do here, because I'm not paying more for this, and I've already paid the woman, loaded everything into my car, and like we shook hands on it. Like I don't know what to do.
I made a deal.
Yeah, I was like, thank you, have a nice day.
With our people,
cranked up, and I left. Like, but oh yeah, man, there has been some crazy yard sales. With things of like, I find something at the yard sale and it's worth like a lot of money. And I'm like, you only want $25 for this? Like, yes, I will buy it. Because I know what it's worth.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, okay, here's a question. If somebody has something for sale at a yard sale and you walk up and they're like, everything in the box is a quarter, and you walk up and you pick up something, and you're like, this is a $100 this. Is it wrong for you to keep your mouth shut, pay a quarter, and be on your merry way? Or is it the right thing to do to be like, miss, this is worth $100, so how much do you really want for it?
That's a judgment call.
It's rough.
That's a judgment call. That's a judgment call. Because in some situations, it depends. Because if it's worth $100, I don't know, man.
What would Nick do?
What would Nick do? It depends on what it was. What was it?
It's $100 thing for a quarter.
For a quarter. Who's selling it?
Some lady.
Some lady like some rich lady? Some lady like some middle-class lady?
Middle-class lady.
Some lady like some poor lady?
Middle-class lady.
Middle-class lady.
Middle-class lady. That's the majority of people that are having yard sales are middle-class people.
Well, the first thing I'd ask, in that situation, I'm like, dang, it's $100. She's selling it for a quarter. I'd be like, well, I would ask. I ask this a lot when I go to yard sales. Why are you getting rid of all this? She's like, just junk. Just in the way. Then, yeah, absolutely. But she's like, well, such needs a surgery or such. Some people do that. Like, we got bills to pay. Then I'll be like, man, this is worth $100. I'll give you $80 for it. I always ask first.
You are a better man than I.
Tara be like, this is worth $100. How much? A quarter? I give you 5 cents for it.
No, no, honestly. Okay, so I feel like in that situation, because the thing that I said was it was a box, and that box, you picked up one thing, you wanted everything. I would be like, how much for the whole box? Because if this is in the box, and I know this is worth this, what else is in this box that I don't know? So I would be like, how much for the whole box? And she'd probably be like $10 or whatever. And I'd be like, gladly. And then she made a little bit more money. I just don't want to feel like an asshole because I'm like, quarter! Here you go!
No, like
rip my arm off.
Like I said, I'd ask why you getting rid of it for, because that's the main thing. Because everybody likes to talk when you go to yard sale. But that's my number one thing. I like to figure out why they're selling it, because sometimes, and of course some people will be like, oh yeah, we got that bill to pay, and they're just trying to make some side money. Yeah. But I take people's word for it. Most people are honest, and I always ask. And if it's for something like that, sometimes I don't want anything, man. I'll buy something for $1 if they're trying to raise money for something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nick likes to blow money.
Yeah.
I like to buy things to make money.
What time we at?
I mean, we're overtime.
All right, better call it then.
But thanks for coming along, guys. Let us know down below if you've had yard sales, if you like to go to yard sales. If I see a yard sale, I'm stopping. That's just me. But thanks for coming along. Think about, if you're on the podcasting app, taking a screenshot and sharing this with your friends and family on Facebook and Instagram stories. Stuff like that. Get us out there. Also, leave a review. It's going to help us drastically to get out there for more people to see. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
Ding! You'll be notified every time we upload. Thanks, guys. Wow.
Oh, no. Did you tell them about Facebook?
I didn't, Nick. That's
Let's
your
send
thing.
them over to Facebook. Ain't my thing. It's our thing.
Look.
Like I said, we have a Facebook page. If you want to follow us, like I said, Tanner said, Anchor. You can follow us on the podcasting app. You can follow us on YouTube. But also check us out on Facebook. What is it again? Our at is...
It is Witty Banter Official.
Witty Banter Official. So go check us out on there. Right now, we're uploading all of our old videos. So if you are new to the podcast and want to watch all of our old stuff as it releases, you can just go onto Facebook and watch them as they come out.
Yep, on there we have, we get more involved with the community. We try to comment back to every comment that is left.
Well, yeah, actually, I got to talk to you about that, but we won't share that in this video. That'll be for another video.
But we also have, like, our recent one was PlayStation versus Xbox. We had a poll on there where you could vote. As
we're recording, it's still going.
Right, so
50-50.
So you can vote on who you think won the debate or what you think is better in a lot of situations. But please go over there and give that page some love. Thanks for coming along, guys.
Thank y'all.